Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
Former Deputy Chief Executive of Afriforum, Dr Ernest Roets, says some people are threatening to kill him after the explosive interview he had on the Tucker Carlson show in the United States. Hello, African Diaspora News family. My name is Reneilwe Morema, and I am your host right here on the African Diaspora News channel. I'm reporting live from Johannesburg, South Africa. The wide-ranging interview has sparked heated divisions across the already polarized South African society, with many Boers applauding him on social media platforms for spreading the truth, while numerous critics have been left fuming, accusing Roets of taking part in a misinformation campaign. On social media platform X, Roets wrote, and I quote, "Some people are threatening to murder me because of my interview with Tucker Carlson. In South Africa, a necklace is a brutal method of murdering someone." I think someone threatened Roets to murder them using the necklace thing. So Roets also shared a post by one ex-user by the name of Lepollo, who wrote, "Ernest Roets must be given a beautiful necklace for saying that Winnie Mandela was a terrorist." So to clarify on the necklace statement made by the user on X and reposted by Roets, the necklace method was used during the apartheid period on the black people that were suspected to be spies of the apartheid government. That is when you take a rubber tire, you fill it with petrol or gasoline, you put it around someone's neck so that it is bound around their arms, and you set it on fire. You stone that person while he is burning to death. That happened. There were, I think, 500 to 700 people killed like that during political violence in South Africa. And now for Roets to claim that Winnie Mandela encouraged this, it's like the pot calling the kettle black. In the interview, Carlson said, and I quote, "During the time that former President Nelson Mandela was in prison, his wife was effectively his spokesperson. Winnie Mandela, a woman of peace and decency, really a transcendent figure, a holy figure, and then it turned out that actually she was a murderer who had burned to death or supervised the murder of a bunch of different people. Tell us about that." This was Carlson asking Roets the question, and Roets responded by saying, and I quote, "Yes, and she famously said at a political rally, 'With our necklaces and our matches, we will liberate this country,' which of course is a reference to the necklace murders, which were very popular in South Africa and are still happening in South Africa even today. People like Ernest Roets piss me off because they are trying to distort the history of this country to fit their little narratives so they can exonerate themselves from the horrors of apartheid that they created. I hate these kind of people that would create a mess, then try to shift the blame. Orania's leader tried to do that when he justified erecting a statue of someone who created apartheid laws and policies and massacred millions of black people. And his excuse was? Do you want to know what his excuse was? Shaka murdered thousands of people, yet there's a big statue of him in KwaZulu-Natal. Why can't I have a statue of someone who influenced the Afrikaner culture?
The fact that we put them here in Orania with our own funding, some people are uncomfortable in the rest of South Africa to care for them, to see them in public, because this is on private land, private funds, and it's our history.
But I know it's your history. But at the end of the day, a lot of people were harmed in the process. You don't think if you are embracing this, you're definitely embracing apartheid?
Is it okay to celebrate Shaka Zulu, Zulu leader? You know who that is?
I know who Shaka Zulu is.
He killed a lot of people. Is it fine to celebrate him?
That's a question for South Africans.
That is a question. This is a question for Iranians.
Look, Shaka did not intentionally go to Europe, kill the natives there because of their skin color. Shaka's battles and massacres were not based on hatred. There was no malicious intentions. Shaka was in a battle to win territories, so the Zulu people can be one great nation we know today. And people that opposed that vision had to be eliminated. Hendrik Vervoort murdered and massacred people based on their skin color. It was racially motivated. Shaka battled at home. Vervoort came to our home and killed us. It's not the same analogy. Same with Winnie Mandela. She was on a national mission to rebuild the black communities. She had a vision, just like Martin Luther King, that this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. And anyone seen betraying that vision for financial gains, power, and greed shall be killed. And they had to die, or else we would have never known what freedom tasted like. So when Ernst Roets accused Winnie Mandela of murdering people using the necklace in that interview with US right-wing YouTuber Tucker Carlson, he didn't speak on behalf of the black people, the innocent black people that were killed. He spoke on behalf of the black people that used to push the agenda of the apartheid regime. He spoke on behalf of those black people that punctured holes in black activist groups that aimed to protect and promote black communities. He spoke on those sellout blacks that would sell their fellow black people for pennies and nickels. He didn't speak on behalf of innocent black people. He doesn't give a damn about black people and how they live or die. He's just using that necklace phenomena to justify his racist antics and exonerate himself and his forefathers from the horrors of apartheid. If she can kill black people, why can't I do it too? If you didn't put our people in compromising positions, she wouldn't have to kill anyone. She wouldn't have killed those people. He further accused the education system of South Africa of promoting violence against the white minority. He said universities in South Africa are teaching their students how to kill Boers and not feel guilty about it. And this is the part of the interview that got people angry and prompted them to send him death threats.
There's an African term called Ubuntu, which means brotherliness, or it's about your internal humanity. It's a Zulu term. And the theory goes that white people are incapable of having Ubuntu. But Ubuntu is the essence of humanity. So if you don't have it, you're not truly human. So it boils down that the logical conclusion is that if you kill a white person, then you did not actually commit murder. So this is not widely believed in South Africa, but this is taught at universities by university professors, and it's certainly believed by radical elements.
It's a predicate for genocide. I mean, it's always the same in we're watching in parts of the world now. They're not fully human, right? So we can kill them because they're fully human. Then it's of course a grave sin to kill them.
What amazes me is how he lied with a straight face. This has damaged the reputation of the South African universities, and he should face disciplinary actions and be sued for defamation by these universities. To be honest, guys, South African universities receive funding from USAID. Majority of the people that get admitted to universities are black people, and they are graduating at a larger scale. Majority of the black people can't afford to get to universities, so they use scholarships to get into universities. So now, with USAID that funds these scholarships, partly scrapped, he endangered the education of black children, sabotaging them before their lives could start, sabotaging their futures. This is not a conspiracy. Remember when the Boers were complaining that black people get jobs because they have degrees and not talent, and they are sick of it? What did the white community of this country do? They scrapped financial aid that supported these universities and scholarships, collapsing the entire education system, forever moving the goal post. He's rightfully receiving death threats. You poke the hornet, deal with the swarm of bees. They poke us, and when we retaliate, we are the violent ones. Let us be violent so they can accuse us of the real thing. Let us be violent so they can really accuse us of the real thing. Because what they did to the university students that relied on scholarships and financial aid that is provided by USAID, by the way, they literally endangered the children's future. They endangered their educational futures. They endangered their place in the workforce. All for what? All for what? Because they are jealous that we are getting educated and graduating at a larger scale, and the job market is filled with black people at higher positions. They're mad at that. They're mad that finally there is equality between black and whites, which is a bit too late. Which is 30 years too late, by the way. It should have happened the minute Mandela sat on that presidential seat. So why are they mad? Now they have mobilized America to cut USAID that funds a lot of these universities and scholarships that the black people rely on, that the black children and students rely on, because they're jealous. So Roets is rightfully getting these death threats. It's not by mistake. It's not by mistake. He deserves it. For lying, he deserves it. Show me a university that promotes the killing of Boers. Show me a university with a subject or a discipline that promotes killing Boer people and teaching them not to feel guilty and getting away with it. Show me. Show me. It was the apartheid regime that taught that, not the black university, not the universities of the democratic states of South Africa. What do you think about this segment? Comment to us in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share the broadcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss these ground